Hi, friends. Thanks for joining me today. And I wanted to do something a little bit different and a little bit of a vlog and get ready with me for the day. And I'm going to show you some of the things I do as my basically everyday routines. I wash up some cups and put them in our little kitchenette area where I've built the shelves out of pallet wood and basically everything around, and I'm going to share that with you later in the video if you're interested in hearing more about my pallet wood furniture. So also in my morning routine, I'm going to freshen up a little bit and brush my teeth and fix my hair up. And I feel like for the last couple of years, I've really minimalized down compared to what I used to do. I don't wear makeup or hair the same, or even clothing. I do work from home and I'm home most of the time unless my husband takes me out grocery shopping occasionally. But I like being at home and I like to be comfortable now. So I don't wear a lot of face makeup day to day. I just put face cream on and I may throw my hair up in a ponytail. And it's just kind of a low maintenance routine that I've been used to. Also, I'm going to mention that I live in the country and I used to live in the city most of my life. But my husband and I moved to the country in Texas, and part of that is why I don't have the same routines. Like, your car is dirty, so you don't keep it super spotless. And when you live on dirt roads, or you wear jeans and sweats and boots and tennis shoes instead of high heels and sandals. And I also don't wear a full face of makeup all the time being at home. Sometimes I do just because I love makeup and I feel better with it on, but today I did not even bother to put on any of the foundation stuff. So, do you feel like you've simplified any of your routines? I'm over 40 now, and it just feels better to just wake up and put on face cream every day. And when I do use foundation, I found a really great one. Maybe I'll link it below or something. It's off of Amazon, and I got it because I was looking up for like women over 40 foundation, because I just don't want like the cake face filling. I don't know what to call it, but it's like, the foundation sometimes are like lightweight, medium, or very heavy. And there's like BB cream or CC cream. There's so many different options out there. But I really wanted just something that was like easy and lightweight. And also, it's like really hard to find a shade when you're buying online. Even when you go in store, you have to have like help to get the correct shade sometimes. You know, part of why I want to share some everyday routine stuff is that maybe I can help you in your daily routines. Um, I've always liked homemaking and I'm quite handy, I could say, to where will build all of this furniture myself. It's like, oh, I don't have that table. Let me build it. But the only way I'm really able to do that is because my husband is really amazing and he brings me home free pallets like every single day from work, as many as I want. And I didn't always have that. There were times where I lived in the city and we even lived in an apartment. Excuse me. And it's not like you can operate a saw if you live in an apartment. You can operate a handsaw where no one will know. But we lived in like a 2-story that we rented, and we had a garage there, and we did use a saw there. But we had a different lifestyle. We weren't like collecting pallet wood or what have you. But out in the country, it's so different. So I'm really grateful of the different lifestyle that it offers, and it's a lot more fitting for myself. And to be honest, building furniture myself or being crafty, I love painting. I will paint everything under the sun, literally. And I like to sew and do all of the things. So there's something about like feeling of accomplishment that makes you feel good. So I feel very proud to build this stuff and we can actually use it and I can share it with you and maybe it will inspire you to do something that works for you or fits your routine. And maybe it's something just like this cabinet upcycled, which by the way, my husband also got me this. It was like free on the side of the road. And it's so exciting when he gets me that stuff. And we've had like rain and mud for like several days. So I'm just like cleaning up some, I don't know, shoe marks off of this bench here. I'm also going to bring you along with me in just a minute here to let the goats out. They're mainly just for trimming trees and eating the grass and stuff. And we've had the same goats for 5 years now.
Truffles, kisses, Balali, Leonard, Smarzy. Okay. I see. I see.
I'm going to throw in a load of laundry, and I typically do one large load every single day. And that's another thing that we do that's kind of minimal is we use the same towels and clothes like every day. We just have a few things and it makes it easy. So I absolutely love this vacuum. It's new to me. My husband got this for me off of Amazon. And I haven't had a new vacuum in like many, many years. And I've been just using a broom for like 4 or 5 years. And I almost was just going to get a new broom again because even though we're not off grid, I like to be more simplified and use less electricity and things when we can. But this doesn't use a ton of electricity and it just charges up a battery and it lasts for a while depending on like how strong of a speed you put on it and how long you're running it. But I'm super glad that I have it instead of a broom because I like it to be really clean and it really helps to get dust out of those nooks and crannies. And it has like extra filters that's like really easy to clean. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I made and styled in this room. Okay, so this here is at the entrance and it's a shoe rack, the farmhouse style that I made. I made this out of pallet wood and mostly everything is going to be made out of pallet wood. Right, and so the next thing I made is this little coat rack and I hung the vacuum next to it. I put a piece of wood in the studs there and painted it because the hardware it came with, it didn't hold very good. These are little pegs I ordered for like $1 or $2 for a pack off of Hobby Lobby when I had made a fabric order, and that's just a piece of pallet wood. All right, and this here is a chalkboard that it was a chalkboard, but I refinished it with chalkboard paint, and that frame is from pallet wood and it's been waxed. Okay, and then right under is this bench, which was from when I was a little kid and my grandpa, he had built it. And I've just made this cushion and these pillows. I tried to make one of those French style cushions. It's out of a drop cloth. And I built this cabinet here out of pallet wood and what are these called? They're like tin for the roof. But I painted it and I sealed everything with polyurethane. And this is where we store a lot of food. And we love this huel. Okay, so this huel is really awesome for us because it makes our digestion feel so much better. We feel like way better just eating a ton of huel. And we'll eat a few little other meals here and there. But it also is shelf stable. It's like a dried powder. And you can get some of it on Amazon. I'll try to link some. These are the hot and savory. This is kind of off topic here. But okay, I opened it so you can see the mixture. And they have these scoops you get. They have a website where we order most of it from, but sometimes we'll just get some extra things off of Amazon. Anyways, I'll show you in a minute how I make it, or we make it. And even the inside of the cabinet here, I didn't want the sharp edges of the metal, so I covered it in a cardboard and stapled it all the way around, and I painted it. And I also sealed it with the polyurethane, so it's like nice and safe for a food cabinet. And I put in shelves, and it's distressed and sealed. And I made this little latch. Of course, I need to paint over those screws where I redid it. Anyway, and there's the top. You want to see this side? So I tried to do kind of a jelly cabinet. Okay, and then I also made these shelves, and I put some pallet wood pieces together, and I added chicken wire, and then I made this like a blanket ladder, but I'm just using it really for decor. And I just screwed on a little basket down here at the bottom with a extra ledge to hold it up. And I have a sign I'm going to add to right there. Okay, so this here, it's like our kitchen island. And this stools are vintage, and I just painted them and fixed the wood on them a little bit. And I made the table out of pallet wood, but I kind of measured it to fit the stools inside there. So we can just pull them out when we want to sit and eat here. And so it's the right height for us. And that's a lot of fun when we eat there. Otherwise, we eat like at our desk. Okay, so on this side of the room, we have our bookcase here. And my grandpa, he had made that when I was a kid as well. And this table, my husband and I made, and it was my dad's, like a workshop table. It's just a fold-up table. And I put this curtain on and I store the feed buckets and stuff. I actually made where it's Velcro on these coffee and cocoa bean sacks that we got at a local feed store, which I'm obsessed with. If you've seen in my other video, I've used them. And it sticks out here a little bit because I just shoved the the goat pellets under there for now. There's some goat corn back there. I've been keeping it inside when I put them up. I was going to maybe build a grain bin to go on the end of this cabinet, but my back's been hurting. Okay, so it's a folding table where we added cedar wood, and I added the curtain and some trim on the edge here, some 1x2. Oops. And then I put some Annie Sloan brown wax to seal it, which I periodically add more I need to now. There's a little bit better view. And it's our little kitchenette station where I have some open shelving and a coffee bar. And I made this, again, everything is like out of recycled wood and pallet wood. And I made these little drawers. They're not super easy to open, but I'm lazy. I haven't really fixed them up anymore. I know it's not a big deal for me. And this little tea box, it's just a box from Hobby Lobby. And I made this out of I cut a towel bar down shorter to hang the coffee cups. Okay, and right here it's my version of a pie safe cabinet. I did have shelves in it that I removed because I use it for food storage and stuff, and I can fit more that way. I also lined it with some burlap to hide the stuff inside where we keep like protein powders and extra stuff. And I stapled it on there, but I'm going to put some of those coffee bean sacks in there to dress that up a little on the front. And on the top here, I had put these towels for our little drying rack. This is like a cookie, what do you call this? Cookie cooling rack, sorry. It was from the dollar store and it's old. And I want to get something maybe else for there, but I want to make some different bar towel what do you call it? Dish drying mats. Oh my gosh, I feel like I can't talk. Dish drying mat to put there instead. Okay, also really quick, these are actually those cups that you get off of their website. And it has a little fill line in there for the water. And you screw the lid on. And we have our electric tea kettle. We boil water in. And these are the scoops that come with it. I don't know if you get them on Amazon or just their website only. When you get a big order, they give us 4 of them. And you put 2 scoops of that hot and savory pouch in that cup, and you put your boiling water on, and you're done. And there's like mac and cheese and different pastas that we really like. So there's that. Okay, and I have a couple of Ray Dunn cups there that we use and make our teas with and stuff. And these are the plates. Sometimes we may do like regular meals. And these are a ton of like IKEA cottage style plates. And it's really cool because my husband got them like free on the side of the road. Somebody didn't want them in a box. They said free, and I looked them up and they're from IKEA. And I cleaned them real good and bleached them and stuff. And I have my little molcajete for salsa making and little brushes for cleaning it. And I keep iced tea for the making iced tea in there. And I just decorated the top shelf. Probably do some other decorations there. And the tier tray. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. Okay, so here's a farther look. Okay, so I built this cabinet. I don't know, I think it was one of the first things I built. And it's mainly pallet wood and some repurposed wood with some those coffee bean sacks. Again, these ones were from my dad, had got them. And I store my packing supplies for my small business Etsy shop and website, which is connected, but that's where I store all my boxes because I need like a lot of different sizes. And I just I made like a stain out of acrylic paints, and then I coated it with a brown wax, which you can see the edge is all messed up and I need to wax it again. Okay, so right here, in another like shorts video, I painted my Keurig blue, and I started trying like cottagecore stuff, but I just didn't like the color. I get really obsessed with color, and then I just go right back to neutral. I had to try cottage and cottagecore to know that I didn't like it, and that ultimately I really enjoy farmhouse, and my husband does as well. And it makes us happy, and it feels clean. And because I'm also a crafter and artist about fabrics and stuff everywhere, that I kind of need it to be more neutral for my mind. So anyhow, I sanded the blue paint off with a piece of sandpaper, and then I just spray painted my Keurig this color. It's a little dirty, but I think I'm gonna spray paint. This is a SodaStream machine, the same color. And it doesn't use a mason jar, I just use that to fill my little jug with. And then behind it here, this cabinet, my little Ray Dunn cabinet, my husband also got this for me. It was like free on the side of the road, and it was wood, but I eventually, of course, I painted it. And And I also did a video painting it again, and now I've repainted it back white. So in case you've watched those. And I just have this little shelf up here. Let's see. Okay, so there's a shelf. This sort of background, it's like a backdrop of wood, is I made that as well. And I made these shelf brackets from the pallet wood. There's like 2x4s in them. And I just chalk painted them, well, chalk finish paint. And then I styled it with some stuff. And here I have this tier tray. Maybe I can go this way. All right. And some of that stuff I make, a lot of it. And there's a little mini ladder that I just added this wreath with a hook, which I really like. It's like a curtain rod hook. I got that from Liz on Traditions by the Seasons. So there's that. I got a little pine tree back there and my little mini bar cart. Oh, I think I'm also going to paint this here for stirring the coffees. That's off of Amazon. This isn't jelly beans. It's actually just where I keep decaf. And there's that cabinet. All right, and this is the cabinet I did a video on where I added these doors and burlap sack. And you can see in there is like a little pantry for us. Now we keep our protein powders and rice cakes and stuff. And these are the Huel bars that we love. They're fantastic. I'm telling you, I feel so much better. Yes, there's a bunch of ramen in there. We don't like it. We eat it sometimes when we're craving. But it is certainly not health food. All right. And here's how I decorated that for now. I put something simple. I wanted to make it a bit like a hutch. And then I decorated this little tray up. And this is just our little storage cabinet here. My husband made it, but I remade a door on it with the latch and painted it. And painted a few times. And I distressed it and coated it. Our little key ring there. All right, now I'm going to share with you this other part of the room that this is because we live in a small space, which I like. This chair, my husband also let me get. It's a country chair. It was just the natural wood color. It was on the side of the road. It was broken. So I've added some paints to it and distressed it. So this is where I store a lot of this stuff for my store or decor that I stage with. And okay, and these shelves here, I also built out of pallet wood. And I made it so these tubs can slide in and out really easy. So I can, when I get an order, I can come in here and grab one of my handmade pillows or whatever items that I've handmade. I actually need to update that, organize. All right, I moved the lights so you can see a little better. And the decor is very unorganized at the top. But anything I want for staging, um, I'm going to paint this, I think bronze or something. So you can see it's a bit of a mess right now, like a junk drawer mixed up decor. So maybe I'll do some decorating videos. This here is where I have some storage for when I ship out an order. And the printer, there's my amazing printer. This is an EcoTank printer, and I highly recommend it because the ink goes so far, it's crazy. And so that's been really fantastic. You can also use these for sublimation printing, which I want to get another one for that. It has to be separate. And I just painted the trash can white. This is from the yard. We didn't even buy it. It needs another coat of paint, but I don't care. I just wanted it to kind of blend in a little. There you have it. Just want to say thank you so much for joining me. If you stuck around and watched my video, I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed my farmhouse style.